Welcome and thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for the special NBA presentation. Hi folks, Brian Anderson here, alongside two fantastic analysts, Grant Hill and Brent Berry at the table, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. You take a look at the Hawks. They've been outstanding thus far, claiming the top spot in their conference. And of course the Heat just need to keep fighting.
Well, I think for Miami, this season has been a series of one frustrating night after another, on and off the court.
Well, sometimes you earn your spot in the standings, and they've done that this year. There looked to be so much promise, so much talent on this team coming into the year. It's just baffling that all of those things went south for them.
And the starting lineup for Miami, Terry Rozier is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Hawks, Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Butler out there with Trae Young. And it's Risache in at the 3 spot. Grant, you think it's too early in the season to try and forecast where teams are going to end up?
You know, BA, yes and no. I think we have a handful of teams whose fates might already be determined. But we always have a couple of surprise teams that come out of nowhere. That's what makes the season so much fun.
And looking back at how MP's team ended up in the standings, his ongoing mission this season was to send a message to all the teams that ended up higher in the standings. It's pretty rare we hear about this sort of goal. I guess with MP, it's something we may need to get used to.
MP has been lights out. We've seen him make tough plays, fighting for loose balls, hitting timely shots. And really, it's the emotional encouragement he brings to his team by his example of effort. There's a lot to like about MP's game, and taking a look back at how he's flat out dominated the toughest teams in the NBA. I wouldn't be surprised if we will witness another gem from MP tonight.
Butler on the wing. About a minute played here so far in the first. And that one drops for him. Butler's got 6 points.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Looking at Trae Young, Brent, his teams always finish in the top 10 in offensive rating.
Yeah, for Trae, those teams he's played on have normally been in the top 5, along with playing at a top 10 pace. So when he has the ball in his hands and he's coming at you, very difficult to stop. Young is so talented, you're basically guaranteed to have a good offensive team. Nice pass and strong finish. Johnson just powering that one down.
The Heat have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Here's Rozier. And he sinks out, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
That ends their drought. You can feel the frustration building with each miss.
A massive lead there, getting a little bit frustrating for them until that bucket.
And that one good. Give him 8 points now.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
It's stolen by Okongwu. And here's Butler outside. Adebayo grabs the board. Miami has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Wiggins passes to Hero. Nails it from beyond the arc.
You have to be mindful of Hero's range. He can absolutely burn you from outside.
Outside Young. Butler on the wing. Three-pointer. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Young's got his 4th assist in this one.
And they've settled in quickly today. Nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder. Right away, he acknowledged they're facing one of the best defensive players in the league in Bam Adebayo. He told me Bam can do it all. He can protect the rim, he can defend in isolation, he can rebound. So we have to keep our composure, be aware of his presence, and not let him dictate what we do. All right, let's send it back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line. And it sends Bam Adebayo to the free throw line. That one on Young. You know, he's 6'9". Brent, would you call Bam Adebayo a small ball center?
If you were standing in front of him, BA, would you do that? I don't know if I want to do that. I want to ask Bam what he wants to be called, whether it's center or forward. It doesn't really much matter. This guy can play both ends of the floor and can dominate a game. He's got great strength, great length, and continues to grow his game.
Free throw, no good for Adebayo. And we have seen Andrew Wiggins step up as the second best player on a title team. But it's all about his consistency.
Andrew Wiggins' role, I believe, changed last year. A little in and out of the lineup for Andrew, and the changes around him have not been ideal. I hope that he embraces whatever it is that the coaching staff wants him to lock in this year, because as a two-way player, Andrew Wiggins is still very capable. If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Young, the pass to Krejci. Here's Niang. Pass to Krejci. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Young. Misses from close range. Heat trail by 6. Here's Rozier. Rebounded by Daniels.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Now here's Young. Still without a bucket. Okongwu, a screen on Hero. Young, the pass to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
Sweet pass by Trae Young, working the pick and roll and disrupting the defense.
Here's Hero. A really disappointing game for him in that loss to Orlando.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
Daniels passes to Niang. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first quarter. There's Young with the 3. Sends it home from three-point. Substitution here for Atlanta. Johnson checked in for Okongwu. Ricochet comes in for Krejci. Butler's checked in for Daniels. And Simon has subbed in for Trae Young. Heat trail by 8. All right, Brett, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
BA, Heat culture is about... toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push the limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, those are the kind of guys who make it in Miami.
Ricochet and Johnson, they're the forwards. Anthony Simons out there with Butler, and it's Niang in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Now here's Butler. He's got 11. Count it. Butler's got 13.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Here's Highsmith. It's a 10-point game. Pass to Robinson. Here's Jovic. Fires in the triple.
Does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks. Red hot in the last game against the Bulls was tremendous. He had 39 points and they just couldn't stop him. Every time he let it go, you expected it to go in. Putting in a performance like that one really builds momentum in your direction. We'll see how far he rides that wave tonight, guys.
It really was some night for him. He could...
Oh, man! He had the
goodness.
runway,
indeed.
and he let it rip.
Nice.
And how about the acrobatics from Andrew Wiggins? Way up that time.
Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Butler. And how about that? 8 for 9 now.
The name of the game isn't scoring, it's scoring efficiency.
Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Heat trail by 9. Right side, Robinson. From deep. And it's Highsmith missing.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend. Now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
The Hawks lead by 9. Right side, Butler. Puts one up from 19. The rebound by Wiggins.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
For 3, Robinson. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got his 6th rebound on the night. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That one belongs to Wiggins. All right, a moment to look at the scoring in terms of where the points are coming from here for Atlanta.
Well, right away, we've seen them finding points with solid post play. I mean, they're playing aggressively and fighting for it down there.
Getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Connects from downtown. Adebayo's got 5.
Too much to worry about with Bam when he's in the post and on the elbow making plays. And now he's making threes. Wow.
Here's Rozier. The rebound by the Hawks. And they've been winning at a high level this season. Most games not even close. Their point differential is sky high.
Yeah, a lot of their games have been essentially over by the third quarter. Blowouts, big margins, really astonishing the dominance they displayed over the course of the season. I'm not sure we've ever seen a team so consistently dominant.
Here's Adebayo. Rebound Atlanta. Johnson's got 7 rebounds in the game.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Butler good.
Trey knows he's going to get all the attention, does a good job of finding the open man.
Heat trail by 12. Hero for 3. And again, no good by Miami. And stolen by Adebayo. Wiggins passes to Hero. Back to Wiggins. Oh, look at Wiggins. Takes the hit and finishes strong.
I think there were some toughness questions around Andrew Wiggins. Not anymore. This guy has become a pretty gritty player.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Three-pointer Rozier. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got 5 rebounds in the game. And Butler the bucket. Only assist from Okongwu. Butler's got 25 points in the game.
Assist goes to Okongwu.
So it's the Atlanta Hawks going into break number 12. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. We'll be back in a moment.
With All-Star Weekend around the corner, let's see who's looking to bring down the rims at the dunk contest this year.
You know me, I'm a stickler for rating these competitions. If I've seen your dunk before, bad score.
Wow, you're a tough judge for a guy who never participated in the event.
I always wanted to watch it.
And turning back to our first half, things going well, extremely well for the Hawks.
This has been a weight room game. They're just stronger on the glass, and they're playing with a mean streak, guys.
And what do you know about weight rooms, Kenny?
He knows how to avoid them.
Ooh.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back.
The second half upon us. We'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And so Hero will bring it up for the Miami Heat. A 12-point game. They've got the Rockets ahead of them next in Houston. That game will conclude the 3-game road trip they're currently on. And let's take a look at Miami. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Terry Rozier. Then there's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the center position.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Rozier can't get it to go.
His poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track. They're going to find a way to win.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his part.
Well, he's grabbed the tee and the blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
And here's Butler outside. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Young's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Heat trail by 16. Well, Grant, aside from making East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys. And he hasn't really had that.
Butler can't get it to go.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy 3 of 4 to start it off.
To the paint. They need this. And he takes it up and lays it in.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
The Hawks lead by 14. Young looking for an opening. And there's a pick. Pass to Okongwu. Outside Butler. Shoots over Rozier. And the Hawks tack on 2 more.
He's leading everyone in points right now. His teammates keep feeding him the ball, and he keeps delivering.
Heat trail by 16. Adebayo up top. He's got 5. Here's Ware. And he jams it home with authority.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for the slam.
Well, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him. That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Almost had the steal. You have to...
A moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
I've been impressed with how assertive they've been offensively, getting the ball into the low post and powering through the defense.
And it seemed like throughout this game, right after the jump ball, they've just been feeling it from distance, getting all the looks they want and continuing to take advantage of that 3-point line.
Butler out there with Karis LeVert. Then there's Onyeka Okongwu. Then there's George Niang. And it's Matthews in at the 3. So that's the Hawks 5. Wiggins from long range. Okongwu with the rebound. Butler with the ball. Now guarded by Rozier. The shot from 20 feet out. And again, it's Atlanta.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on. And that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going fully on display here.
Here's Hero. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Fighting the inside defender. Hero really works to get to the bucket.
Boy, this could snowball if they continue to put up points.
I can't say enough about their performance.
LeVert up top, pounded by Rozier. Outside Butler, shoots over Hero, and again, it's Atlanta.
Butler, 2.
And so it's Atlanta easily grabbing this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Berry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you.
Okay, then. That's how we stand on business.
MP got the job done tonight, as usual. season. Time to grab that lunch pail and go to work.
Hey, ready, MP?
Hey, MP, it's your world. We just live it.
Download the Atlanta Hawkins app. You can buy your seats right on your phone.
Folks, don't forget the upcoming water bottle promotion. All fans will receive their very own Hawks logo water bottle.
A reminder that you can still purchase tickets for any upcoming Hawks games at the ticket booth or on our website.
Hawk fans, next up we got Harry the Hawk bobblehead night. Every fan in attendance will get a bobblehead of your favorite mascot. Come to the ticket booth and get your seat right now.
A reminder, fans, we hope you'll come and join us for the trading card day. The first 2,000 fans who will receive a trading card pack. Arrive early to the fan zone and get the sign.
At guard, 6'8", number 7, Dave C. Butler.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we are right in the middle part of a long season. GA, as a player, how do you stay engaged? How do you stay focused?
Kevin, this is where the grind can really catch up to you. Easy to start feeling complacent or check out a little bit. So you got to shake that off. And I tell you another thing, your coaches will play a huge role in keeping you engaged.
And there's been a bit of a bone to pick for MP following the offseason. He's coming to this year with the goal of taking down all the teams that finished ahead of his in the standings last season. This fire and intensity that MP brings really ignites his team and organization. But it also has a tendency to fire up the opposition, too.
I can't give MP enough credit for what he's done, elevating his game against the elite of the NBA, rising to the challenge. Most guys wilt under the pressure. Not MP. He's played his best against the best.
Here's the starting group for Houston. At the guard position, Van Vliet and Green. Adams is out there with Tari Eason. And it's Thompson in at the small forward. Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession.
Boy, I believe Green has all the tools to be a phenomenal scorer in this league. Just needs to continue to develop.
Now here's Van Vliet. Really played well against Memphis in his last outing. And Green gets it to go.
Assistant. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy. No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
And David Aldridge spoke with Quinn Snyder. David?
I asked him how they plan on bottling up Jalen Green. He said, we have to try and stay in front of him and protect the rim. Jalen is an explosive athlete and an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket, so keeping him out of the paint will be easy. Guys, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Shots good by Butler. Butler's got 5 points so far. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Butler against Green. Johnson with the rebound. And has gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Butler from outside. Rockets with the rebound.
hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Defensive rebound, and so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. So a moment now to see the story for him.
And guys, how about this?
And the coach's challenge has been triggered here. Coach wants a review of the out-of-bounds violation.
The play
and this is the exact type of play that I think is
2 minutes on the foul to review the play.
It's hard to definitively determine the out-of-bounds call.
And depending on what point in the game it is, it can have a huge impact on the game. Sometimes it's coming down to just one possession. Each possession is a critical time. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
You know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen, regardless of the call staying the same.
Here's Young, following the basket by Jalen Green. And that's good. By Young for three. And it's a tie ball game.
Nice and composed on that three there. Trey giving his fundamentals all of his attention.
And it's Green missing. It's a drop in the first quarter. Here's Butler. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And Thompson kicks to Adams. Here's Van Vliet. Rebounded by the Hawks. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench.
Absolutely, especially on the road when you need those guys off the bench to up the ante.
We've got 1:23 left in the first quarter. Johnson with the block. All right, let's now connect with Shams Charania. Oh, my goodness! What a play!
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
He's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
Here's Van Vliet after the basket by Atlanta. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. In this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season.
An interconference matchup. They faced these guys twice a season, and last year they took both games.
Two teams in the bottom of the East and West, as you said, these regular season victories count for more. Both hungry for a win tonight.
All right, man, let's give it up for you. 404 crew. Make some noise.
Niles is checked in for Okongwu. Daniels comes in for Butler. And it's Simons in for Young. Houston with a big group. Substitutions here.
Yep.
Here's Butler. Really played well against Phoenix in his last outing. Over Thompson. Shots good from Butler. Butler's got the lead up to 4 now for the Hawks. The Rockets shooting 43% from the floor. A front court is Rizuche and Johnson. Butler out there with Young. And it's Okongwu into the foul. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Here's Butler. And again, it's Atlanta. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And the call will be against Red Hot. That's foul number 2 for him.
Picking up his second foul here, has to be careful because they can pile up quickly.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The red hot was indeed hot in the last game against the Suns was tremendous. He finished with 47 points, and as we've come to expect, he filled it up from three-point range whenever he could. Totals like that put him in rarefied company. A game for the ages. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
And Clark watching Amen Thompson. He is just a different kind of athlete.
He sure is, boy. Special as an athlete. And we've got some of the greatest athletes in the world across the NBA. He's smooth, he's explosive, he's fluid, well coordinated. Seems like he just kind of floats in the air. It's special to watch him do his thing.
They get it back. Okongwu. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Whitmore up top, defended by Young. The shot by Thompson, no good. And so Young will bring it up with the house. 4-point game. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. Rockets have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Thompson against Butler. Tries the spin move. The shot by Thompson, no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Lets it fly. It's Butler that time against Okongwu. And now it's an 8-point Hawks lead.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
There's a minute 47 left in the second quarter. The Rockets shooting just 29% in the second quarter. The offense is timeout call for Rockets. For Butler. And it's Simons in for Trae Young. Houston with a big group substitution here. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Jock Landale. Tari Eason comes in for Smith. Green is checked in for Whitmore. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Thompson. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already.
Hey everybody, first off, let's take a gander Look, I know this is going off topic, but during the first half, we were doing some dribbling drills. So, Kenny, as the point guard here, I want you. And let's discuss the first half. So far, Atlanta's in a close one.
I love the depth of this team, man. Their subs have been huge tonight.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, Red Hot has really been making it happen, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And so in the game for the Rockets. At the guard position, Van Fleet in green. Torrey Easton is out there with Steven Adams. And it's Thompson into the threesome. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. Looking for a breather. And maybe just one or two things to talk about. Rockets trail by 7. And here's Thompson. Still yet to score. Van Vliet finds Adams. Van Vliet against Young. Johnson with the block. Now here's Butler. He's tightly guarded. Young outside. Another three for Atlanta.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Young against Van Vliet. Green, the pass to Easton. Green inside, defended by Butler. Green, no luck. Atlanta leading by 10. It's Butler that time on the assist by Easton. Butler. 20 points for Butler.
Ready for three, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Now Van Vliet. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Just 4 to shoot. Count it from 12. Van Vliet's got 5 now.
Good shot selection from Van Vliet.
For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their order. They trust that he's setting them up for success.
Adams drawing the double team. And heading for it there, but no one has possession. They'll have a jump ball. Butler heading to the hoop. And here's Young from the arc. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. He's got 9.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying the team offensively. He said it feels good knowing that my teammates believe me to do that. I had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time. Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
Oh, David, you are an unselfish playmaker, and I appreciate that. By the way, Green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, D.A., thanks. Hawks making a switch here. Krejci's checked in. And Young kicks to Butler. Another 3 for Atlanta.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowed.
And so Green will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. They trail by 18. Van Vliet finishes with Thompson. Some nice passing there by Houston. Now here's Green, defended by Butler. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Whoa, ho, ho. Jalen Green levitating and elevating.
Butler from outside. Another three for Atlanta.
Third three-pointer in a row. Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment.
Green dishes to Thompson. Adams with it. Okongwu covering. And it's Green missing.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring, but let's see if he can eventually get back to the front. Whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
They double-team Van Fleet. And Thompson kicks to Van Fleet, and it's Brooks in the corner. Back to Green. And he uses the glass on the lane. 14 points for Jalen Green.
Able to score from anywhere on the court. Green can hurt you in myriad ways, and his game is only growing.
And it's Houston on the break. Pass to Van Vliet. Young with the steal. And here we go. It's Butler. Young pass to Butler. Nice D from Brooks.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
It's tipped. Van Vliet with it. Picked up by Van Vliet. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Adams, the pass to Van Vliet. The Rockets with another miss. Here's Butler. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Now for 3 hours of play. Gets it. May be difficult to overcome. Hawks ahead, up 19. And to where the candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight.
Okongwu checked in for Nance. Jalen Johnson comes in for George Niang. Butler is checked in for Karis LeVert. Young is subbed in for Anferny Simon. Houston with a paid group substitution. Adams is checked in for Jock Landry. Tari Eason comes in for Smith. Green is checked in for Cam Butler. And it's Van in for Brooks. In the post, it'll be Johnson Okongwu. Trae Young is out there with Butler. And it's Reza Shea in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
Dropping an absolute dime, it's really Van Vliet's specialty. He loves sharing the sugar.
So it's the Hawks now. Their biggest lead in the game is 21. Getting out inside with foul intention.
Butler. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Both at the line. It's a 6-point ball game.
Those are critical foul shots. Love to see them knock them down there.
Timeout called. Rockets. Turning here to Orleans. What Lakers guys come to your mind?
They're trying to get back in this thing. They need a score.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
The Trae. It's in. What a beautiful shot to bring it within 3.
Green's got a full toolkit now, which makes him unstoppable at times. You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
Timeout called. Rockets. And while we got him up, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Allman. David.
Hey guys, well, the Rockets coach had some words for his team during the timeout. He told them this is what it's all about. We're the better team in a tough situation, but you gotta want it. Coach told his guys they have what it takes to win here. Rockets, guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
That's right. No other option than foul and look for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Van Vliet kicks to Adams. And the wide open shot from Green. From outside, off the mark. Butler rebounds shot. No block. And so the big one by Philly in a tight game. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got the sense that the fans gave them that emotional
Thanks everyone for coming out to tonight's game. We hope you have a safe trip home and we'll join us again soon.
And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long, everyone.
Hey, it's scenery. You know, you peek at it, it's pretty.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping wood.
Lined them up and knocked them down.
So you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say. Crowd looks hyped tonight. Better come with me.
What's going on, fellas?
MP. Hey, great job with your first half goals.
I want to be the MVP.
You looking for those brats?
Fantastic. Sounds like we're in total alignment.
Just remember, every...
MP, how you feeling?
The National Basketball Association and the Boston Celtics are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, answering the court, interrupting play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to rejection and possible arrest. Please report any violation.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Brian Anderson here, joined by our analyst, Hall of Fame. Both teams playing well lately, Grant. Something's got to give here.
Yeah, this is a great test of momentum. Whoever controls the pace probably controls the outcome.
Kongwu with the bucket.
Yeah, defensively, if you come off someone, Young will find him.
Tatum with it. Now guarded by Butler. Now Atlanta starting five. Ricochet and Johnson. Forward. Trae Young out there with Butler. And it's a Kongwu in at the 5, roaming the paint. And let's check in with Allie. She's got the latest on MP.
Thanks, Brian. Tonight's game features two players in the MVP race, MP and Jason Tatum. And when I approached MP about the matchup, he told me, look, Jason is one of the best scorers in the game. We just have to do our best to crowd him and limit his looks on the perimeter. We'll see how it plays out.
Great stuff. Thank you, Allie. And that was good. Young.
Nice work inside from Young. Not afraid of trying his luck down there.
About a minute into this first quarter. And here's Brown for 3. Rebounded by Johnson. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And here's Butler outside. Offensive board. Second chance shot. And a Kongwu with the lay-in. Okongwu's got his second basket of the night.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
And of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
BA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age with free agency, with more salary cap restrictions. It's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Butler. And it's Butler with the jam.
And they're building on their lead, doing whatever they can to blow this game open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
White with a screen on Young. No good again that time.
Just 1 for 5. Not the start they were looking for. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get on track.
Here's Butler. Again, Atlanta.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Quick look here at some of the numbers for Jalen Johnson.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games. Looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line. And it's been fun to watch.
Here's Tatum. Rebound Atlanta.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
From the high post. No good, off the front rim.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Doris, it seems like every year Tatum's name is right atop the MVP ballot.
To me, Brian, it speaks not only to his talent, but also his consistency and the work ethic. The game is important to him. He's versatile. He's clutch. He's everything you want in a star player.
Takes a turnaround, Jay. And Butler the bucket on the assist from Young.
Assisted